Hey guys, Clinton Sistrunk, Colorado Mortgage Team. All right, today I want to talk to you about something that's just not known out there in the marketplace very much. I very rarely hear anyone ever talk about it, but it is a key tool to use to increase your credit score and to combat the negative impacts that things have had on your credit. And what am I talking about here? I'm talking about a notice of deletion. Now, a notice of deletion is simply a letter from a creditor that instructs all three credit bureaus to delete an account off of the credit record as if it was never there. You can get a notice of deletion on any kind of account out there. You can get it for late payments, collections, judgments, it doesn't matter. What you do have to do is negotiate for it because creditors aren't going to say, oh, hey, we're going to send you this notice of deletion. This is an option. So you, one, have to know it exists. Two, you have to ask for it. They're going to tell you, we don't know what that is. We don't do that. It's illegal. They'll make up all kinds of stuff and do everything they can to drag their feet and not give it to you. But your negotiating power stands in the money that you owe the creditor and use that as leverage. One of the things that you need to know is when you get on the call with a creditor, all those calls are recorded and you want to use that to your advantage. So your conversation is going to go something like, I owe you $1,500. If I pay you $1,200, will you send me a notice of deletion? I won't send you the $1,200 unless you commit to giving me a notice of deletion. And the creditor might say, yeah, okay, we'll send that to you. And your response would be, I just want to make it clear that if I send you $1,200, you're going to send me a notice of deletion. When you get a firm commitment from them, then you can freely pay off that account and expect to get a notice of deletion. However, you're going to probably have to follow up a few times to remind them to send it to you. And eventually you'll get it. I have been able to get it on every account that I've actually tried to get it on. Now, I will tell you, there are some extreme cases out there. Meaning, one time I had to speak to a manager, have him pull the call logs and listen to the recording, threaten taking him to court to get the payment back before I was able to get my notice of deletion. But in the process of discovery, in a lawsuit, you could pull that recording, see the commitment they gave you, and they would be obligated to provide you one. So a notice of deletion is absolutely possible. And you just need to know that it exists, and hopefully you'll be able to get it from the next creditor that you have to pay off. Now, why is this so powerful? Well, because when you have a collection, let's say, and you first get that collection, it really tanks your credit score. Then slowly your score starts to tick back up. But you have this collection that you still have to deal with. Well, when you pay that collection off to a zero balance, you would think that that would help your credit score. But it doesn't. It puts current activity on a negative trade line and tanks your credit score in the short term. If you were able to get a notice of deletion when you were paying that collection off, you could send that to the credit bureaus. And instead of having it still on your credit at a zero balance with current activity tanking your credit score where it has to re-age again, it would get eliminated, and any negative impact it was having on your score would immediately go away and you would get that score boost. And that is why it's such a powerful tool. So if you have any other questions about notices of deletion or anything else about your credit, simply sign up below. We'll do a free credit review with you and happy to help share our wisdom and knowledge with you to get you to the next chapter.